Hello and a warm welcome to everyone. Today we got ourselves a student game. Student had a 70% performance, and we can see that it was a pretty even game for the part, and he had a chance to take the initiative, but he missed it, and then there was just a total flip around. So let's get into it. Let's see what went wrong here. Standard opening. Interesting blunder, I guess. Knight capture. He doesn't take it though. Still, it's on the cards. He still doesn't take it. So both sides not playing the opening particularly well. The pawn is not. It's very easy, just capture, capture, and knight take. So very sloppy play from both sides on that front. Um, hmm. And it all starts out with this bishop here, which is actually caused a liability rather than a gain in this case. So instructive point. This is a good move, very good move. Always got to break that advanced pawn. When a pawn is advanced like this, like in your half of the board, you can't just leave him hanging around there forever. I mean, you can, but it's very often good to challenge it right away. So that's good. I would probably do it right again, probably. I don't know. Well, maybe this is maybe better. I don't know. I would even consider right here. This is also very playable. You've got to understand that his plan is something like this. This is maybe not doing enough. It's just sort of nice looking move. But you got to play actual good moves. And you see, pawn break, right? You got to have a plan. It's not just about looking pretty. It's about what's your game. And if you don't have a pawn break, you don't have a plan. So pretty much this move right here was or maybe your plan was to get f3 and then d5. That could have been it, but anyway. Okay, I'm not so sure if I'm a big fan of knight here. I do think this is still a pretty decent move, but it is risky too because his knight can start to come in soon. So here's the game breaker moment which was missed. A moment to seize the initiative in the game. And now, if I look at the position, what do I see? What do I see? I see birds of trees. I would take it. And then get knight here. Threatening that pawn and threatening the fork-a-rooney on the queen. But it was missed. And there was going to be a price to pay for that. Okay, he went again with it. So really just trying to get the queen out of the way. Like, get on, I don't like you being so close by. But ultimately, what's happening here in Black's position is he's just holding. He's holding a setup. He's holding a setup, but he's not prepared his pieces in a way that enables the pawn breaker, game breaker release maneuver that you have to make. And now the pressure having piled up, boom, GG. There's no wraps. The rest of it is pointless. We're not even gonna watch it. Proper dignity. Okay. Well, a very instructive game. There were a lot of good lessons to learn. One was with this bishop b7. You gotta see this very early on that this is you have to defend that pawn somehow better. The best move would have been knight here to reinforce the knight, defending the pawn that way. So that's a key idea to note. And another key moment in the game was around here. And yeah, you needed to capture that. Even earlier, like the pawn break, that was key thing. You've got to have your pawn break plan. Okay. All right. Next game. We'll get on to the next game here. It's a 66 percenter and not a great game actually overall. So let's see. We really 1200. So it's very bad opening from the white here. Pretty good moves from black, like gaining a lot of positional and tempo and development, and not fearing the not being so, you know, it's good. It's good play from black so far. The first sign of cashing in. So the first sign of cashing in is actually when the first error is, which might be weird, but you'll often notice this pattern. What computer recommends is knight here, which is more hostile. You know, it's like, I don't care if you take it, because you really shouldn't. With the amount of development in pieces that you have, you really shouldn't care if you lose a pawn, because it's anyway exposing his king too. Now, you might not see the forest through the trees. You might not know exactly what you're going to get out of it, but you've got to believe. In chess, you've got to believe that if the developmental balance is so heavily in your favor, something is going to work out. I don't have to know exactly what. I just got to know that I know chess, and this is what happens. So that's a bit advanced, but it's important. All right. Uh, I'm not sure if I like this sequence of moves so far, but anyway, something's happening, and there's a lot of simplification stuff going on. Black's still keeping control of the position, but this is a soft move, right? It's a bit of a nothing move, isn't it? It's too soft and slow. Okay, I get it. You want to develop here, but it's too slow. You've got to realize that there's got to be something better. Computer likes the idea of just creating a luft and putting a tempo on the queen, giving you some more breathing room to figure out what to do based on where he moves. Like, for example, he could have also gone here. And in that case, then different ideas would come out to you. But anyway, bishop f4 played. You're just doing patient development. What a move, man. Like, okay, he's trying to prepare this, but I really don't like this move because he's created a loose piece. But there's a lot of positional tension because of, holding, not wanting to be the first to capture. And that is creating a lot of positional tension, which is unfortunate. But unfortunately, that's how it is. So now, because of that chosen approach to play with a bit more flair, I would say, that brings in more uncertainty. Now, fortunately, black has good control of the position, but it's complex. There's a lot of pieces on the board still. Anything can happen, but it's a great move here. Great move here, and good defense. Overall, good defense from white in a tricky position. And that's a spicy move. I quite like this move. This is it may not get the green check mark, but I like the thinking of deflection. It's a deflection tactic. So I like that, but still not the best. Best is still the Luft. And in fact, the Luft is so powerful. Oh goodness. The Luft is so powerful that you only understand its beauty when you see it played out. I'll tell you. Okay? So right here, how do we take away this arrow? Anyway, whatever. The Luft disengages the queen from this diagonal and the defense of this mating square. You've got a great mating net going on here. And if the queen gets dislodged, goes away from it, then the sacrifice is on the cards. Sacrifice. And checkmate there when the bishop eventually comes back. With the queen no longer supporting it, it would be a mate. So really fantastic motif, and but I like this idea too. Okay, credit where credit is due. Oof, very creative move, very nice move, nice looking move, nice looking move. But I like that Black is trying to play with real spice and has patience. This is a caliber move, class move, just going back. Just, you didn't see it. You thought there could be something there, but there wasn't. And you said, you know what? Let's just take a step back and hold all the cards like we still do. We don't have to rush it. So that's a very mature way to play. Uh, and now you know that it's just a matter of time. But there comes a blunder of sorts, or what? No, it's not a big deal. I think it's pretty aggressive move, but not the most aggressive. Computer likes going in for the kill. I mean, it sees it in such a dire way. Like, if I don't know why he sees this. Oh, because you can capture here next and then mate. That's why. Yeah. Okay. But knight here is also kind of reasonable. And now with the trade on offer, I still think knight here capture is pretty good because you still got mate next move. And he's played it. Good move. Well, this was a excellent execution actually. I have to say this is an unfair review from AI. This is an unfair, unjust review. That was not a 900 caliber game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe his lies. You know who. You know who we're talking about. And yeah, don't believe AI's lies. Okay, so let's just appreciate the game for the fact that tactical intensity was maintained and sort of given a chance for expression. So it was a really quality game. I appreciate that. All right, thank you. That's enough for today's doubleheader.